Welcome, my friends, to a realm where the air bites with frost and fear chills you to the bone. These are stories whispered on the wind, etched in ice, and forever bound to the chilling embrace of winter. So draw your blankets close, my friends, and prepare to be chilled to your very core. High in the remote peaks of the Colorado Rockies, nestled among towering pines heavy with snow, stood the Timberline Lodge. It promised warmth, isolation, and a weekend of snowy fun for a group of college friends. But as the sun dipped below the snow-capped peaks, the true nature of their winter getaway began to reveal itself. A door that wouldn't latch properly, a sense of being watched from the darkened corners of the lodge. Unease turned to dread when they discovered that all the doors, once shut for the night, were impossible to open from the inside. They were trapped. Scratching sounds emanated from within the walls, growing ever louder. Driven by fear, the friends descended into the basement, where they found a hulking figure shrouded in shadow, its eyes burning with a cold, malevolent light. The Harlow family, bundled in thick winter coats and bright scarves, laughed as they constructed their frosty sentinel in the front yard of their rented cabin. Little did they know that their innocent winter tradition would soon transform into a fight for their lives. Peering out the frost-covered window, young Emily Harlow noticed their snowman seemed closer. Each night the snowman inched closer to the cabin. Then came the night the Harlow family awoke to the chilling sound of scraping at their front door. The snowman, no longer content to merely watch, was trying to get in. It craved the warmth of their home, the warmth of their bodies, and it would stop at nothing to claim it.
Emily, it's just a snowman. Come on, let's get you to bed.
The solitude of the Alaskan wilderness was exactly what Sarah, a seasoned traveler, craved. Her cabin, miles from civilization, offered a sanctuary of peace and breathtaking beauty. But that peace was shattered on the second night of her stay, when she noticed a set of footprints leading up to her front door. Footprints that ended there. Night after night, the unsettling phenomenon repeated. Footprints clearly visible in the freshly fallen snow approached her cabin from the depths of the woods. And each night, the accompanying crunch, crunch, crunch of footsteps on the frozen ground grew closer to her door. Driven by a primal need to understand, she ventured out one moonlit night, following the trail of frozen footprints back into the heart of the woods. There she saw a spectral figure formed of ice and swirling snow, its eyes burning with a cold, ethereal light. The northern lights danced across the sky as Mark and Jessica embarked on a guided glacier trek in Iceland, but their awe turned to terror as a sudden blizzard descended, separating them from their group. Seeking shelter, they stumbled upon a cavern carved into the heart of the glacier. Inside, a sense of foreboding washed over them. The air hung heavy, broken only by the drip, drip, drip of melting ice. Then came the whispers, faint at first, but growing louder, calling their names, beckoning them further into the icy depths. The thrill of fresh powder drew a group of friends to the backcountry of Aspen. Ignoring the warnings of seasoned locals, they boarded the ski lift, their laughter echoing through the crisp mountain air. As twilight painted the snow-covered peaks, a strange stillness settled over the mountain. The wind died down, and the only sound was the crunch of their snowboards cutting through the fresh powder. Then they saw flickering lights dancing like fireflies in the distance. Intrigued, they veered off the marked trail, following the lights deeper into the heart of the mountain. The promise of a peaceful afternoon of ice fishing lured the Miller family to the surface of Crystal Lake. They drilled their holes, cast their lines, and settled in for what they thought would be an idyllic day. But beneath the ice, a darkness stirred. A faint tapping sound, rhythmic and insistent like fingers drumming against the underside of the ice. As the sun began its slow descent, the sounds grew louder, evolving into mournful cries. Panic set in when young Billy Miller reeled in his line to find it severed cleanly, as if by a razor-sharp knife. And so, my friends, we emerge from the depths of these chilling tales, our hearts racing. The next time you find yourself yearning for the embrace of winter, remember the stories we have shared tonight. Stay safe out there, my fellow travelers, and heed the warnings carried on the icy breath of winter. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed these spine-chilling tales, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share.